Hallo YouTube! Wir spielen heute wieder Mythic Ocean. Die zweite Folge ist das. In der letzten Folge haben wir schon einige kennengelernt, einige Gottheiten, und zwar Lutra. Diese Amöbe will ich nicht sagen, aber diese dort, die so gerne isst. Amar, den Otter-ähnlichen Charakter, und die beiden Zwillinge, die ich ziemlich scheiße finde. Und dann haben wir jetzt zuletzt mit dem Aal gesprochen. Ich weiß nicht, ob der sagt jetzt bestimmt nichts Neues mehr. Wie geht denn das nochmal alles hier? Lucky Chat. Nee, okay. Dann gehen wir raus und gucken mal, oder wir gucken mal auf den Teleporter und fliegen direkt zu den Zwillingen. Mal gucken, was die von uns wollen. Oh, super schön hier. Aber wo sind die hin? Waren die da drin? Weiß es nicht mehr. Wow. Das sind... Ne, das ist ein Unterwassertier, ne? Ich kann sagen, ob das ein Dino ist. Ich denke natürlich zuerst wieder an Dinos, aber... Das sieht mir nach Zahnwal aus. Die waren doch hier, oder nicht? Okay. Ist hier nichts in der Richtung? Gut, dann schwimme ich mal dahin. Aber ich glaube, das ist der Metalfisch, ne? Ja. Vielleicht hat er ein neues Lied für uns. Upsi. Oh hey, want to hear my song again? No, not now. Okay, maybe another time. Ja. Vielleicht soll ich die auch nicht finden? I'm not sure. Oh, ist das cool. Da waren wir schon, da waren wir schon. Da waren wir eigentlich auch schon, aber wir schwimmen jetzt mal... Gucken wir mal, was Lutra macht. Bin gerade ein bisschen peillos. Ob der noch was zu essen hat. Oh, schmatzt es. Ich hör's doch. Die nicht anrempeln, ich erinnere mich. Look, I get it. Rocks are great listeners. But can you scram on trying to blend in here? Ja, okay, das hatten wir beim letzten Mal auch schon. Also hier ist nichts Neues. Wo ist denn Lutra? Weil hier schmatzt ja jemand, aber pflanzt das immer noch weg. Hat er ja aufgegessen? Oder they? Wisst ihr was? Starlight, Starbright, so mesmerizing. Ja, okay. Ach da! Oh mein Gott, das sieht ganz anders aus. This one wonders if more new plants outside. Maybe journey becomes possible soon. Speak thoughts together again. Ach so, das war nur die Hinterseite, das sieht wieder anders aus. Upsi, naja. Tell me what you think of the furry one. Very fast, many words, understanding difficult. Not certain which way, furry one, not exactly. Ach so, ja, das hat er letztes Mal schon gesagt. Bla bla bla. Bla. Nochmal über die Zwillinge. Ja, die waren scheiße zu Lutra. Das war's schon. Das ist ein bisschen kacke gerade. Kelp Forest in Kingdom Coral Reef. Dann schwimmen wir vielleicht nochmal dahin. Wenn es mich lässt. Bin ein bisschen lost. Achso. Ja, okay. Wer bist du? Oh, ist so eine Seeschnecke? Yikes, you scared me there. I'm a little more skittish than most sea cucumbers, if you couldn't tell. Oh, wie süß. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You might not be scary, but that doesn't mean no one else is. Now quick, move out of the way. I gotta be on the lookout for real danger. Okay. Sagt ihr noch was anderes? Ah, there it is. Listen. It's the sound of all of us waving in the water, singing in perfect unison. Your melody is the same as ever, yet it's different now that it's combined with ours. Isn't that something? Beautiful. I loved it. You see that big bright disc up in the sky? That big disc hanging up there? Looks tasty, doesn't it? Looks like a good snack. I want to eat it. Bring me that big tasty disc. That's the sun. I can't bring that to you. Fine, it'll come down eventually, right? If I wait here long enough, it'll fall right into my mouth. It might actually. I don't know. It's too. Thrill. Mind if I tell you a secret? I've never been to a party. Oh, I've always wanted to, but it's gotta be the right one. Real crazy. Ever been to the Kelp Forest? I bet you like it there. Nope, never been. So the Kelp Forest's a hotspot, huh? It's hip, it's happening. Oh yeah. Totally, for parties in the ocean, it can't be beat. Right on. This must be the place my friends were talking about. I'm gonna go check it out. Thanks for the tip. Anytime, have fun. Goodbye. Achso, das ist jetzt hier. Ich würde eigentlich, glaube ich, nochmal zum Coral Reef. Oder ich rede jetzt erstmal noch mit allen Leuten. Hallo? I used to live with my flock in Midseas. Then a few of us left for warmer waters. I ran out of energy and got left behind. Guess this is my new home now. But you know what? I think it's gonna be okay. Okay. Mit denen haben wir schon geredet. Wer ist da? Oh, können wir mit dem Mushroom reden? Cool. Did I ever tell you about the creature I once saw here? Big, regal, eel-like, bold and beautiful. Nothing bad to say about them. Give them my fondest regards if you ever see them. Habt ihr Eli meint? Okay, ich schwimme mal nochmal zum Korallenriff. Gucken wir mal, ob wir von da aus noch woanders hin können. Irgendwie... Moskau... Ah! Guck mal, wer da ist. Was habe ich gesucht? Oh, hey, new friend. This is one of our favorite hiding spots. Usually no one can find us here. Wir brauchen nicht einfach. Did you want to talk about something? Did Amar come by yet? Yeah, finally. And it was awesome! Amar took us out to the Kelp Forest, which we'd never even been to before. It was totally crazy, like more fish than anywhere else, and all the huge leaves. Amar wanted to do a race through the forest. That sounded fun, so we said yes. But they didn't even go the same way as us. They knew a shortcut to the finish line and went that way instead. That's cheating. We should all go the same way in a race to see who's fastest. For the next race, we told Amar to only go the same way as us and not to use any tricks. Fair. And it actually worked, believe it or not. Amar didn't do anything unfair just to win, like all the other times. We still lost though. Amar's too fast. Anyway, it was a lot more fun than last time. Yeah, and since you were the one that told them to come play with us. Thanks I guess. I'm glad we met you, new friend. Yeah, same. And I'm glad you had a good time. Want to talk about something else? Okay, like what? Did you ask you about someone? Tell me how you feel about Lutra. I don't know, we gave it another chance, but it's just not fun. It can't play games or talk about stuff with us like Amar. Yeah, I think I'm kinda sick of it now. Let us know if it ever does something really cool. Ja, okay. Ich muss jetzt los. Habe ich denen gesagt? Wo war ich gerade? Hier. Nein. Hä? Was? Die sind hier? Hier war ich doch eben. Warum sind die denn jetzt hier? Oder habe ich die zurückgebracht? Ich check's nicht, weil ganz am Anfang war ich ja hier. Hier Kingdom, Kelp Forest, Mouse Cabin. Ja, und hier ist doch irgendwo das Korallenriff. Oder nicht? Also, I am a little confusion jetzt gerade, weil ich... Kommt der lustige Sound her. Ah, von euch. Süß. Gott, Krebse sind so süß, ne? Ja, okay, dann traveln wir mal zu Amar. Gucken, welche Party da geht. What is this? Okay. Error 4, Section 3. Unanswered questions. There's a secret place in this world where mortals are sent. They go because they've broken the Creator's rules one too many times, and they don't come back. They do a different kind of work there. The Creator won't tell me any more than this. Okay. Anything else? No. Das ist quasi Strafe? Das fände ich eigentlich kacke. Ich will nicht Leute bestrafen. Und auch nicht, dass sie bestraft werden. Oh, hallo! So ein Breakdancen? Hey buddy! Welcome to the zone! There's only one rule here, always have fun! If I catch you not having fun, well, you'll be in trouble, okay? Okay. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich so viel Spaß haben kann wie er. I mean... Water. Oh, hello. Oh, hey there, friend over there. Over here. Good timing. I wanted to show you something. See that big door behind me? Ja, gerade so. The one who built it does a lot of experiments in the ocean. And when she's away from her lab in the Midseas, she keeps this door here locked down. But now it's unlocked, which means she should be able to head through and see what's out there. Me, I prefer it here, where the water's warmer and brighter. But I know you like to travel and see new things, so you'll probably love it. Just wanted to let you know. Take it easy. Der ist einfach schissig, oder? Ja. Okay. Bisschen gespannt. Hello out there. Yes, you. I can see you. If you'd like to talk, please address the loudspeaker near the main entrance. Okay. Mich erstmal umgucken. Ah, okay, das ist so ein Lautsprecher. Guter Thumbnail. Okay. Talk to me. Now then, any particular reason you're loitering outside my lab? It caught my attention. I haven't seen anything else like it in the ocean. Is that so? Well, can't say I blame you. This station of mine is one of a kind. How can I help you then? I'd like to learn more about this place. I don't really do tools. Much too busy for that. But you're welcome to have a look while I work if you like. You'll just need to let me scan you beforehand. Safety protocol. That okay with you? How does it work? The information I collect will only be used to assess you as a potential threat. Nothing personal. It's how I keep the lab safe. I keep the data for archival purposes, but that's all there is to it. Okay. Does it seem fair? Makes sense. Let's do it. Very good. I'm going to open the first door in front of you. Just step in once you're ready. Okay, soll ich noch irgendwas anderes? Gehe ich erstmal rein. Ich gehe erstmal rein. Perfect. Now stay right there. You won't be able to move during the procedure, but don't worry, it only takes a few seconds. Alright. And the teleporter you're carrying? It's one of my old prototypes. Well, no worries, feel free to keep it. The version I'm using now is much better. Anyway, the scan results are looking good. Congratulations, you're not an obvious threat. I'll open the second door for you, just follow the tunnel straight ahead. Okay. Yeah. What the? Huh? Ich geh mal da rein. Oh. Oh, cool. Oh, Oh, Shrimpies. Und Krabbis. Ich liebe Shrimpies. Guck mal, wie süß die sind. Oh mein Gott. Achso, und hier geht's wieder. Warum würde ich denn wieder raus wollen? Was? Also warum? Sprichst du mit mir? Fork? Hallo. Oh, hello. How are you? Can I help you? Just wanted to say hi. Well, thank you. See, I'm not used to anyone talking to me. Areas tend to clear out whenever I'm around. Everyone gets nervous, but all I'm doing is exploring. I'm just curious. Ja, okay. Aber das war's? Oder muss ich jetzt hier... Mhm. Nee, ich kann nicht weiter runter, oder? Ja. Okay. Teleporter sagt Otten. Aber... ich habe hier noch nicht so viel gemacht. Das finde ich ein bisschen schade. Ich guck mal, was da noch ist. Das ist der Speaker. Kann ich jetzt auch hier rein? Ja, okay. Also ich habe jetzt komplett Access zu diesem Ding sie. Was so immer es ist. Ah, those glowing flowing patterns. Mesmerizing, eh? You ever try getting closer? Nah, keep my distance. I've heard weird stories about what goes on out there. Okay. Der möchte nicht reden. Na gut, dann geht's hier raus? Geht's hier raus? Da geht's raus. Vielleicht müssen wir das jetzt auch erstmal erkunden, einmal Bericht erstatten und gleich sagt er uns dann unsere Mission. Oder so. Achso, nee, okay. Doppeltür, alles klar. Partyfish. Hello. This place, it's not exactly what I expected, but I think it's growing on me. It's so peaceful and everyone seems so welcoming, you know. I know. Hello, darling. Happy to speak with the life of the party again, I hope? As always. Very good. Tell all your friends you met me, won't you? Yeah. Hey friend, these two both say they're the life of the party. Did you know that? Folks are divided on who's the real deal. But me, I say they're equally classy. Well, let's head back to the grove. Okay. How did you like spending time with the twins recently? It was fun. I'm glad you suggested it. The kids are the same as ever, always sticking to the rules. Don't know if they'll ever be able to beat me, honestly. Why not tell them a story instead? Maybe you could teach them something. I don't know, friend. That sounds like a lot of effort to me. Oh, come on, Amar. Besides, what makes you think the kids are gonna listen? They just want to play games. They're not looking for a lesson from me. What if you played a game with them first, then told them the story after that? You know, that might just work. Alright, I'll go play another game with them. Then I'll tell him what it's like taking care of the kelp forest out here. I think that'll make for a good lesson. Maybe I'll be able to inspire them, huh? That's the spirit, Emma. Good luck. Want to talk about something else? No. First thing, blah 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 blah. Kelp Forest, amazing. Okay, nee. Goodbye. Weil jetzt bin ich ja wieder hier und die Twins sind aber nicht hier. Also wo sind die dann? Check it not. Ah, da. Genau, weil da habe ich sie ja beim ersten Mal getroffen. Huh? How come you're here? We were busy. What do you want? Can you tell me about that portal? What's it for? No, we don't want to right now. Can't you explain just a little bit? I'm worried about you too. We said no. Stop bugging us about it already. Yeah, okay, fair. Can we just talk about something else? Okay, sorry. Have you seen Emma again lately? Yeah, Emma came by to see us and hang out again. They asked what we wanted to play and we said hide and seek. We're really good at that. And the coral reef is great for hiding too. Emma said they would try to not to cheat just like last time. And then they told us some tips to win without breaking any rules. They had some really good ideas for hiding spots. I wonder how come they know so many. It was pretty fun. And we almost beat Emma. They only won one more round than us. After hide and seek, they told us about how they help things in the forest. Yes. It was kind of boring. I think it was like they eat lots of things that eat the kelps, so the forest. I don't remember the whole thing. Yeah, whatever. We listened to be nice now. Sounds like fun. And he came so close to beating Emma. That's amazing. Thanks, new friend. We won't lose again. Yeah, we've got Emma next time. I was paying close attention to their weaknesses. Also, we're really happy to get to spend time with you and Emma so much. Yeah, so thanks again for talking to Emma a while ago, so all this stuff could happen. Anytime? No. Goodbye. Ich finde es gerade nicht so spannend, weil es so hin und her ist, so red mit dem, aber naja. Hey, how goes it? Looking to chat for a bit? So I spoke to Emma about how to give Ketri and Esti some advice. Oh yeah? How'd it go? Well, Emma had the idea to tell the twins what it's like taking care of the kelp forest. I thought it'd be a good lesson for them. Right, gotcha. And do you think they listen? It's hard to tell. Sometimes kids don't seem to be paying attention, but I think it's good if they hear the right things anyway. I see where you're coming from. Maybe Emma was a little too straightforward about it, you know? Sometimes an embellished story that wraps your idea in something more exciting is the best way to go. Not that I'm an expert or anything. Ask about the gods. Oh. How would you describe Alethea's way of thinking? Das ist wahrscheinlich dann eine Midseas, aber wir haben sie jetzt noch nicht persönlich getroffen, oder es war diese mechanische Labor-Entity? Alethea is very dedicated to her research, right? And that's putting it lightly. Sometimes it's to the point where I wonder if she's really thinking about the long-term effects of her studies. I get it, she wants to find answers, more than anyone else in the ocean probably. Macht die hier, wie heißt es? Grundforschung? Grundsatzforschung? That's admirable, but there's also such a thing as taking your work too far. Anything else you want to ask about? Wissen, wie sehr Alethea mich mag? Seems like you're just fine from what I can tell. You could be closer though, there's room for improvement. Anything else? Oh shit, okay. Jetzt momentan sind wohl die Zwillinge und Lutra vorne auf. Mit der Creation des Universes. Okay, dann ist das Alethea. Mit da nochmal. Weil da war ja jetzt nicht wirklich was. Ah! Oh my god, hi! Alas, we meet face to face. Please have a look around. There's lots to see here. Doch, ist sie süß. Nein! Oh mein Gott, das wollte ich nicht. Entschuldigung. Literally ich im Labor. Okay, cool. Goodness, I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm Alethea, and this is my humble workspace. And you are? Maybe you can tell me, did that scan give you any clues? Well then, is that some kind of joke? Remember, the only reason I collected that data was to determine if you were dangerous. The scanner just analyzes your physical composition. It can't read minds, so don't worry, your secrets are safe. But wait, are you serious? You really have no idea who you are? Pretty much. I've got a few leads, but I'm still piecing them together. Fascinating. I'm trying to imagine what that would be like. The station I built, the work I do here, these things anchor me and remind me who I am. Without them, I'm not sure what I'd do. Anyway, I'm glad you've made some progress. You said you wanted to know more about the lab, correct? Might I ask you why you're interested? I was hoping I might learn something here about myself or the ocean. That makes sense. If I were you, I'd be seeking the same things. As it happens, I've been trying to unravel the mysteries of our world for a long time. I don't have any clear answers yet, but I've discovered a lot along the way. Good thing it's all about the journey rather than the destination, huh? Well, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about the lab. Anything I can illuminate for you? Have you seen that big pod in the moss cavern? Yes, I've seen the strange pod. I've seen the strange pod. It's a fascinating thing. It even seems alive, doesn't it? I'd like to examine it further, but I've been reluctant to disturb it. I found out there's a little bug called Lutra that was living inside of it. Really? That sounds remarkable. Would you say it seems safe to go there now? Could I take a few samples in the area of the caves without worrying? Lutra seems totally harmless to me. You'll be fine. Excellent. I'm going to make a few preparations and then I'll be off. Thanks for the information. Tell me about the huge telescope underneath this room. Oh, the telescope. It's got a way of catching the eye, doesn't it? As you may have noticed, the bottom of the lab has a metal housing to keep the telescope safe. There's a switch down there you can use to open or close it. Give it a try sometime. Ja, hab ich doch. As for its purpose, I built the telescope to see faraway things above the surface more clearly. But I wanted to try scanning the seafloor with it as well. It's hard to travel too deep because of the water pressure, much safer to view it all from here. But how do you see what's on the seafloor when it's so dark down there? Exactly, that's the problem I had to solve. Of course you can't see at all without light, but I was curious whether anything on the seafloor might be giving off just a tiny bit, less than my eyes could see, even with magnification. So I outfitted the telescope with a system to pick up light, convert it to electricity, and then amplify it before turning it back into an image. Cool. And that did the trick. There is something down in the depths that projects halos of light. They're very faint, but they are there. I have no idea what the source is, still looking into it. Sounds mysterious, good luck. I'll keep at it. Shall we discuss something else then? Yeah. Tell me about the glowing sheet floating above the station. Ah, yes. That is my solar sail. Have you wondered what provides the station with power? The answer is the sun. The sail is made of a flexible material covered in solar cells. The top of the sail has a negative charge, while the bottom has a positive charge. When sunlight hits the sail, the resulting reaction creates a flow of electricity between the two layers. Cool. Then all I have to do is tap into that flow to power everything. Voila! Oh. There isn't much sunlight down here. How does it affect all this? Good question. That's the challenge I was facing. Believe it or not, the station can move. I can raise it to the water surface or submerge it as necessary. At the surface, it's easy to capture lots of sunlight. But the deeper you go, the darker it gets, right? So I experimented with many different sail materials to harness solar energy more efficiently. But that wasn't enough. I also had to develop high-capacity batteries to store the power I generate at the surface, where the sunlight is plentiful. Come to think of it, my station is a bit like a whale. It can dive to impressive depths, but it has to return to the surface periodically to recharge. That's amazing. Thanks for telling me about it. Tell me about your research. I'd be glad to. Not long ago, my instruments picked up some energy signals I didn't recognize. These signals were coming from the deep ocean, hundreds of fathoms below the lab. Shortly afterward, a cloud of strange organic debris appeared in the Midseas water. I took some samples of the debris right away. I've been eager to study these samples and see whether they are connected to the signals somehow, but sadly I've been too swamped lately. If you're short on time for this project, maybe I can help? Nonsense. We've only just met. I can put you out like that. Although, do you know Amar by any chance? Or the twins, Ketri and Esti? Do I know them? Yeah, I know all of three of them. Good. I've done various kindnesses for them in the past, and they all owe me favors. They were supposed to help me run the lab, but none of them have bothered to show up yet. At any rate, I could use an assistant on my current project, so perhaps you could speak to one of them for me. Doesn't matter who, it's a very simple task. Is that something I could entrust to you? Sure, no problem. Excellent. Very much appreciate it. Once you're able to convince someone, send them directly here. They'll know where to find me. Okay. How did you build this place? Believe me, it's been an arduous process. The final result's impressive though, isn't it? It even impresses me sometimes. But the station wasn't always as it is now. It's in a constant, never-ending state of refinement. And the most important tool of all is my fabricator. You may have seen it already. It's the golden structure built on the rocks above the water surface. Das haben wir noch nicht gesehen. It's what allows me to manufacture my creations with such precision, including the lab itself. How does the fabricator work? It can't just make something from nothing, right? You're on the right track. Here's how it works. The fabricator requires source materials. When I'm on expeditions in the ocean, I'm always looking for new things to feed it. Organics, rocks, metals. It can break down just about anything and reconstitute it. I also provide it with schematics so it knows how to build what I have in mind. Then it just fit the parts together and make sure they all work as intended. Sometimes they don't. No catastrophic failures yet, thankfully. How did you ever create something like that? I fear we'd be here far too long if I got into the nitty-gritty on that. Suffice to say, it was one of my greatest breakthroughs. Shall we discuss something else? Yeah, okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. We'll talk later then. Farewell. Okay, wowser. Ich gehe erstmal zu Lutra und dann Soll ich den Otten, soll ich Amar fragen oder die Zwillinge? Achso. Wegen, This place is incredible. The life forms here are like nothing else in the ocean. I can't wait to study these samples back at the lab. Oder die Zwillinge wegen der Hilfe für Alethea. Wo ist denn hier nochmal alles? Da. Oh, wo ist es? Hey, what's wrong? This one missed familiar one. Oh, baby. I'm here now. Did something happen? Strange new one is in cave. New one brought device. Device using one came here to take things. Device using one is taking things now. The device using one said she only wants to take a few things to learn about them. Familiar one believes words of device using one. I'm not sure yet why. This one also lacks certainty. After taking things, device using one approached this one. Device using one used strange machine. This one could not move. Oh Gott, wie süß und wie furchtbar. This one was not asked first. Ja, das geht natürlich nicht. This one had very great fear. Many lights appeared, moved back and forth. This one could not struggle, could not leave. Then over. This one could move again, so went inside pod. I'm so sorry that happened. Did you say anything to the device using one? No, nothing to say. Too much fear. I think you should tell the device using one how you feel. Would you be up for that? This one considers. This is so serious. Will this one have safety? Does certainty exist that device using one listens? Will device using one try harming, like two that are one? I'll go over to the device using one first, and you can follow me. I'll make sure you stay safe. Acceptance. This one takes risk. Familiar one ensures safety. Oh god, it's so safe. What do I say? I don't know. Achso, ich muss warten, bis der Truck kommt. Okay. Ja, Baby. My word, this creature can speak with others telepathically. It seems I've made an unfortunate mistake. Scanning life forms, including animals, is standard procedure for me in new places. If they appear capable of speech, I always ask for their permission. But I had no indication the larva could communicate, so I upset it greatly by scanning it without an explanation. I'm sorry this happened, my friend. Okay. That's alright, I'm glad you understand what went wrong. Indeed, and the larva told me you convinced it to speak with me. Thank you for that. Perhaps I could develop a quick scanning device that wouldn't require the subject to remain still so long. Until then, I will exercise more care. But for now I must get back to the lab. See you shortly. Nice! This one feels like device using one listened. Maybe understanding. Much relief. Oh Gott, ich liebe Lutra. Ich hätte so gern so ein Plüschi oder so. Das ist so süß. Noch was zu sagen? Nein, okay. Dann, fragen wir Amar, dass er ein bisschen mehr Verantwortung übernimmt? Ja, ne? Weil die Kinder, ich mag die irgendwie nicht. Also ich meine, ja, die haben eine schwierige Kindheit und so, ne? Aber die sollten keine Welt erschaffen, I think. Hey there, I'm just getting my daily delight routine. A couple of splishes, then some splashes, throw in a few flips and tricks. It's fitness that puts a smile on your face. The swordfish says it hates your clicks and you would never beat it in a fight. My flips are sick, and I am a delight. Why, thank you. Dear the swordfish, I very much appreciate its kind compliment. Ja, das heute bestimmt. Oh hey, you know, I was thinking. It's tough when your friends don't get along. I just want everyone in the forest to hit it off, you know? But sometimes you gotta help someone see things from a new point of view. Like you did for me and the twins. Thanks again for that, friend. Anyway, wanna head over to the grove? Okay. You said you knew Alethea, right? She's looking for someone to help around the lab. Oh, yeah, of course. She's always super busy. Doesn't surprise me she'd be looking for volunteers. I was thinking you'd be a good candidate to help her out. Me? Seriously? What does she need help with anyway? She wants you to help her analyze some samples of a material she found. Huh, that's not really my specialty, friend. What about you? You're probably better with this stuff than me. I don't know the first thing about all those crazy gadgets of hers. Wouldn't it be fun to learn about the lab? I'm sure Alethea will show you the ropes. Well, to be honest, Alethea's lab is not my kind of place. The water's so dark and cold out there, and I don't like being near all that weird shiny stuff. Alethea told me you owed her some favors, that's why she wants your help. Ah, I do remember that, now that you mention it. I know, friend, it's no good. I've put it off for too long. I'll go and give Alethea a hand. Hopefully it'll be nice and easy. Sounds good, Emma. Want to talk about something else? No. Bye. So, jetzt reden wir noch mit dem Schwertfisch. Wo war der denn? Das ist er, glaube ich. Grumpy fish. Ah. Did you tell the dolphin what we think of it yet? It misheard me and thought it was a compliment. I figured that might happen. Dolphins only hear what they want to hear, you know. Let's try again. Tell that dolphin to get a real job. Okay. Oh, hi. The swordfish says get a real job. Can I do a head bob? Why, yes I can. Tell the swordfish I'm thankful for his interest in me. Ugh. Good vibes only, eh? Furchtbar. Did you try telling the dolphin what we think of it again? It still misheard me. It thinks you're interested in it. Dolphins are the worst. I know, right? Good to see you again. Anything you'd like to talk about? Have you examined your samples from the moss cavern yet? Yes, I've looked at them closely, and I must say, the results have changed many of my basic assumptions about the ocean. But first, let me thank you for helping me understand Lutra better. I'll be thinking differently about how to approach unfamiliar life forms in the future. Now then, would you like to hear about my findings? Yes, please. Excellent. Let's start with the basics. All those odd fern-like plants growing near Lutra's pod are very unusual. I can't stress that enough. The fern cells have more in common with the pod than anything else in the ocean. I suspect the pod somehow created the ferns, possibly via waterborne spores. That makes sense. There were ferns inside the pod too, but Lutra had to leave because they stopped growing. Yes, exactly. I did see the remains of many well-eaten ferns on the pod. So if the pod, the ferns, and even Lutra have so little in common with other life in the ocean, my hypothesis is that they all came from somewhere else. Another planet, perhaps. Another world. I don't know how that's possible, but I can't think of a better explanation. I figured that might be the case. Sounds like your instincts were correct then. But that's just the beginning. Wait until you hear what I discovered about Lutra itself. Shall I explain? Yes, please go on. Very good. I think you'll find this quite fascinating. As you know, Lutra is capable of telepathic communication. So far this seems to be a one-way thing. It can speak to us, but it can't read our minds. However, the data I gathered suggests the part of Lutra's brain that grant it this power are underdeveloped. They're likely to grow substantially at some point, and who knows what it'll be capable of then. That's exciting. I agree. I'm excited to see what happens with this strange creature. Finally, here's the last tidbit, and it's a doozy. Within its body, Lutra has what we call imaginal cells. These cells will one day transform into new body parts as Lutra takes on a different form. In other words, Lutra is meant to undergo metamorphosis, which isn't too surprising. But it gets weirder. These imaginal cells of Lutra's seem to be in a constant state of shifting and changing. I have no idea what to make of this. Maybe there are many different things it could turn into depending on its environment. Your guess is as good as mine, Alethea. Better, probably. My guesses are very well informed, it's true. Thank you for listening, my friend. It's a joy sharing these findings with someone else. How did the lab work go? Very nicely, better than I'd hoped even. The first task was to compare the samples I found recently to others I've collected. I needed my assistant to view them all under a microscope and note any differences. Amar was rather nervous at first, surprisingly. They asked to see some of my own sample notes so they'd know how it was done. After that, they did quite well. I've reviewed their comparisons and they seem consistent with my own findings. The second task was a bit trickier, but I felt Amar was up to it with a bit of supervision. Es tut mir leid, ich kann heute nicht lesen. I needed the samples exposed to various external influences such as heat, cold and electricity. With careful notes taken on the results, of course. Amar was on high alert, still a bit nervous, but I could tell they wouldn't be missing anything. Oh, Shimmy Otten. I haven't reviewed their notes from those tests yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Amar was a big help. Thanks for making this happen, my friend. No problem, Alethea. Glad to hear things went smoothly. Indeed. Okay, tschüss. Also ich kann hier ja noch Dingens finden. So Seiten und so. Zumindest wurde mir das gerade angezeigt. 0 von 4, glaube ich. Das heißt, ich würde jetzt mal rausschwimmen. Gucken, ob hier irgendwie so ein... Hier ist ja nix, ne? Auch kein Portal irgendwie in so eine Bibliothek. Aber wir können uns oben den Fabricator mal angucken. Ob wir den sehen können. Das sieht schon geil aus. Ah. Wow. Sehr nice. Schön shiny. Okay, redet ihr mit wem? Das oh, ein Wal! Geil. Oh, ich liebe Wale. Oh, sehr schön. Hallo. I do not remember you, yet you have been here before. Somewhere within you. You already know this. Kryptischer Wal ist kryptisch. Ach, ist der hübsch. So einen ähnlichen habe ich mal tätowiert, auch mit so einem großen Auge. Ich habe mal tätowiert. Erzählst du mir noch mehr? These waters know you. And you know them too. Okay. Well then. Was it mit dir? Hey friend, did you see what Lutra's up to in the forest? I didn't. What's going on? Oh well, it sure is something. Lutra showed up in the Kelp Forest a little while ago, wailing about how hungry it was. Uh-oh. And it hasn't stopped eating since it got here. I watched it chew up a huge patch of kelp all by itself, and it's already getting bigger. If it keeps this up, I don't know if the forest can take it. What are we gonna do if it never stops? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Have you tried talking to Lutra yet? About that, I'm too scared. I don't want to be near it when it's devouring everything in sight. It's silly, I know. But maybe you could go instead? Alright, Emma, I'll see if Lutra wants to talk. Ooh, thanks so much, friend. You know, you sure are dependable. I really appreciate all the help. Be careful and let me know what happens. Okay. Eieieiei. Ich hab dir ja gesagt, der soll das... Oh, der ist ja ganz schön groß geworden, ne? So, aus der Höhle kommen. Hallo, Betty. Lutra, can you hear me? This one has greatest hunger. Eating must continue. You need to stop soon. You can't eat the whole forest, okay? Ich bin jetzt ein bisschen penetranter, weil er vorher einfach die Pflanze aufgegessen hat. The familiar one does not understand. Change arrives very soon. Greatest hunger cannot be ignored. Alright, I see, but you'll have nothing left if you eat all the kelp in the forest. This one does not plan to eat all plants. Eating will continue only until greatest hunger is gone. Okay, I trust you, Lutra. Please leave as much kelp as you can. Thankfulness. Eating will continue until hunger leaves. This one finished sharing thoughts until then. Oh, I don't know. Hey again, friend. Any luck talking to Lutra yet? Yeah, I was able to talk with it for a bit. Oh great, how'd it go? Lutra said it won't eat all the kelp, it's only planning to eat until it's not hungry anymore. Oh, come on, buddy. Lutra's in the middle of some kind of feeding frenzy. You think it's gonna stick to its word? Sure, I guess we don't know for sure. God, we'd be lucky if it even leaves one tiny patch of kelp out there. What are we gonna do now? Maybe Alethea could help us out. She studied Lutra in the past. Yeah, that's a thought. Well, I'll leave that up to you, friend. I think you've got a better working relationship with her than me. But try to hurry, okay? I don't know how much longer the forest can hold out. Emma, could you talk to Lutra while I'm gone? Maybe try and distract it from eating any more kelp? I don't really want to, friend. But if there's a chance I can help you protect the forest, I'll give it a shot. Am Anfang hat er noch gesagt, ne, er möchte eigentlich nur Fun haben und wenn es schwierig wird, naja, da hat er eigentlich nicht so Bock drauf und jetzt macht er es doch, das ist cool. Even though it's scary. Thanks for the help, Emma. We'll get through this together. Ah, süß. So, wollen wir noch was reden? Okay, ne, dann gehen wir jetzt zu Alethea. Halt! Good to see you again. Anything you'd like to talk about? Alethea, the Kelp Forest is in trouble. I was wondering if I could get your help. Oh, what kind of trouble? Well, Lutra left the moss cavern for the forest to find more food, and it's eating huge amounts of kelp. I tried to get it to stop, but it's too hungry to listen. Goodness, that does sound like a potential crisis. Has Lutra also grown bigger by any chance? Yeah. Emma and I both noticed it was larger than it used to be. Just as I thought. I bet it's getting ready to start its metamorphosis. My studies of Lutra suggested this would happen sooner or later. It's eating all this food to fuel the amazing transformation that will soon take place. Fascinating, but is there any way we can stop it from devouring the whole forest? Right. Certainly we don't want that to happen. Well, it seems to me that Lutra was meant to feed on something else once it was done with the ferns. Perhaps if we could give it something more nutritious, it wouldn't have to eat so much. Have you found anything in the ocean that might feed Lutra better? Well, come to think of it, I did once find a strange plant in the Midseas with large edible fruits. These fruits were unusually nutrient dense. The problem is, I'm not sure such a plant would contain the right nutrients for Lutra. However, I might be able to create a crossbreed that combines the best qualities of the ferns and the nutritious fruits. Ideally, a small number of these hybridized plants would sustain Lutra for the rest of its feeding frenzy. Great, let's do that. Unfortunately, I can't have these new plants ready immediately. I have machines that can speed up the growth process, but it's still going to take some time. If Lutra's still eating kelp up there, the forest might be in serious danger. I can only think of one way to guarantee the forest's safety. And that's to use the paralyzer component of my scanning device to prevent Lutra from moving until the plants are ready. After our discussion about the fear Lutra felt last time I did this, I'm reluctant to do it again. But I'm worried for the well-being of the forest otherwise. What do you think we should do? Oof. Ich meine, es ist scheiße, wenn Lutra jetzt so ein ganzes Ökosystem aufisst, ne? Aber eigentlich bin ich... Ja, eigentlich finde ich es scheiße, ja? Das erste passt halt. I don't want to do it either, but it sounds like using the paralyzer is our only choice here. Alright, I'll go forward with it then. It's for the sake of the forest, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. Yeah. As for the plants, they'll be delivered to the Kelp Forest as soon as they're ready. Thanks so much, Alethea. I don't know what we'd have done without you. Not a problem, my friend. I'm always happy to help preserve our ocean's natural splendor. Shall we talk about something else? No. Bye. Mal gucken, ob der Wal irgendwas sagen möchte. Wo ist er? Da. Hallo. These waters know you, and you know them too. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey friend. Ooh, a lot sure has happened since you were here last. Tell me everything I missed, Amar. Well, I don't know if you had a look around the forest yet, but could have been worse, I guess. We lost the kelp that Lutra ate when it first got here, plus a few other areas, but we've still got more than half at least. Once you left, Lutra kept eating, and I was gonna try and distract it. But then Alethea showed up and used some kind of weird device that froze Lutra in place. It freaked me out, friend. I get why she did it, but I could tell Lutra was really shaken up. Anyway, Alethea left after that, and then came back a little while later. She brought a ton of plants with her. Stuff I've never seen anywhere else before. She unfroze Lutra, and it went totally crazy with the new plants. Just when I thought it might never stop eating, it was finally full. And it headed back to the moss cavern like nothing ever happened. Since then, I've been busy making the rounds in the forest. Some folks are a little rattled, of course, but everyone seems to be okay. All in all, I'm kinda bummed that Alethea used that weird device on Lutra. I feel like there must have been a better way, but maybe things would have gone a lot worse if she hadn't. I'm still sad about how much kelp we lost though. Hopefully the forest will recover eventually. Anyway, thanks for the help. Of course, Amar, I'm glad we kept this from being a total disaster. Me too, friend. No. Ich bin gespannt, ob wir jetzt die Metamorphose von Lutra sehen dürfen. Das finde ich sehr cool. Ist das Lutra? Lutra, is that you in there? Familiar one arrives? Yeah, it's me. I came back to check on you. There was dreaming before familiar one returned. This one thought dreaming might never end. Great change has begun. How do you feel? Is it going alright so far? All is dark now. Cannot see familiar one. Cannot see anything. This one has much fear. This one does not understand great change. What will happen to this one? Hey, it's okay, Lutra. I'm here. You're gonna be just fine. This is not long, but this one knows the other new things now. New things came in dreams. First thing this one saw is that during greatest hunger, a familiar one helped device using one decide to use strange machine which this one despises. Again, this one could not move. Again, this one was not asked. Why? Ja, verstehe ich. Why did familiar one do this? This one had misery. Familiar one knew this would happen. Why? I'm so sorry, Lutra. We felt we had to protect the forest. We didn't know what else to do. This one understands, but hunger was greatest. Ferns were not enough. What was expected of this one? But there are other new things. Second thing this one saw, two that are one have crystal. Crystal shows them things far away, things familiar to them. Does familiar one know this? No, I don't know what you mean. Did you see anything else? This one saw that two that are one believe crystal helps them, but crystal brings them much pain also. This one thinks greatest pain of two that are one comes from crystal now. Thanks, Lutra. I'll keep that in mind. This one will only share. One more thing that was seen, and that is device using one wants to find something. Thing device using one wants is in deepest, darkest place. Does familiar one know? No, Alethea hasn't told me anything about that. This one tried to see what was in the dark place. Something stopped this one. Only darkness was seen. The familiar one goes to that place. This one thinks greatest caution should be used. I see. Thank you, Lutra. I'll be very careful. There are other things that this one saw in dreams, but this one can feel all things slipping away. Lutra, hang in there, okay? It's gonna be alright. Lutra. This one would not have had name without familiar one. This one still has fear, but also gladness for not being alone. Hunger has not been felt since change began. This one hopes eating will still be possible after great change. Don't worry, Lutra, I have a feeling your eating days aren't over yet. Amusement. This one enjoys sharing thoughts with familiar one. But greatest exhaustion is here. This one will dream again. Now. Aufregend. Ich hatte gerade ja einen Hint bekommen, dass im Korallenriff neue Dingsies sind. Let's see. New pages in Kelp Forest. Okay, dann gehen wir erstmal dahin und suchen die Pages. Gehen wir erstmal die. Oh, hi again, how's it going? Ah, so, nee, nix. Okay, tschüss. Dann ich wieder hier rein. Hui. Wie süß. Oh. This is my perfect spot. Everyone should have one. And if you have a perfect spot, why ever leave? Ja, für mich ist das mein Bett eigentlich. Ah, dich kennen wir doch. You gotta believe in yourself. That's a lesson I learned back in the day. But listen, don't forget to question yourself once in a while. It doesn't mean you have to change your mind. Just be open to the possibility of it, you know? Okay. Teach us to be like you, Glitter. Okay. What's up with you? Blah 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 blah. Okay. Könnte ich dir noch das ordnen? Was ist denn das hier? Den habe ich doch schon. I keep telling people the rule, but they won't listen. It's killing me! Okay. Dann gehen wir mal zu Midseas. Gucken wir uns dann, was das ist. Rolling, rolling, rolling. You think if I keep practicing my roll, someday I'll roll right into your heart? Definitely, Raoul. Sorry, who are you? I mean, don't mind me. Just working on some self-improvement. But watch out, one day my role will really impress you. Ah. Okay. Wo ist es? Nicht erkennen, ne? Eigentlich leuchten die ja Gold. Sind gute zu erkennen. Ah, da. Error 7, Section 2. Resolution. At this point I know more about this world than any god, aside from the creator. My role is that of a historian, not a governor or advisor. Yet I feel like I should present this information to the other gods. They can come to their own conclusions about what to do next. Schreib ich das? Oder Eli? Weil der ist ja ein Historian. Der kennt ja alle. Okay, dann suchen wir jetzt die Moss-Cover noch ab, nach den 9 Pages. Und dann gehen wir ins Korallenriff. Ich würde gerne eigentlich nochmal mit dem Stein reden, ne? Oh, Schränkchen. Hallo. Someone there? Sorry, you can see it too well. Oh, it's been so scarce lately. I need someone to help me catch some grub. I'd be willing to share the burrow in exchange if they wanted. Maybe you could find a good candidate for me, huh? Sure. Absolutely. I know what you must be thinking. How comical. But it's not true. I'm not the murderer. What? Still a rock. Nothing's changed here. Be on your way now. Okay. Error 5, Section 2. Beneath the surface. The secret place is underground. It's the size of a metropolis, with facilities to provide the needs of every mortal living there. They spend their workdays tethered to a machine that exhausts them. Some believe their work here is important, some are apathetic. No one seems to understand the purpose of this place. Most don't remember the outside world very well, if at all. Sounds like a Großraumbüro, doesn't it? Okay, ich sehe nichts. Quallenripp habe ich gesagt, ne? Twins. Oh. Fans! Not poison! Oh hi, you're just in time. I know you already heard my song before, but it's been a while. Want to hear it again? Yeah, go for it. Cool, let's do it. These ashen remains into the distance fade, a part of long-lost memories, though bones may break, and the sea may quake. My fury never wavers. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you liked it. Oh, poison! Süß. Okay. Ich wünschte, ich könnte schon screamen, dann könnte ich das besser performen, aber es ist noch nicht so weit. Ja, komm, wir gucken noch, was Amar zu sagen hat und dann gehen wir zu Eli. How's it going? Das habe ich doch schon gefragt. How did things go at Alethea's lab? Blah? Ah, she's got a weird thing called a microscopic, I think. It lets you see tiny things up close. I used that one a lot at first. Later it was stuff that was a little scarier. Boiling things, cold things. Some of them were shooting out lightning bolts. Anyway, I still don't really understand what Alethea does out there, friend. But it was exciting, and I was happy to help out. Great, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, although there was something else in my mind I felt like you should hear. You know how Alethea wanted my help because she did me some favors before? Well, one reason I was a little reluctant was because of something I saw once. What did you see? Well, I was outside the lab, and I saw Alethea with a fish. Might have been someone from the area, I'm not sure. Alethea had some kind of device. Couldn't see it too well, not that I would have known what it was anyway. She pointed it at the fish, and the fish just vanished. Haven't seen that fish anywhere since, ever again. It worries me, friend. I can't help wondering whether the fish was really on board with it. Whatever it was. That sounds pretty strange. Thanks for telling me. Sure thing, friend. Can we talk about something else? No. Bah. Okay. Eli. Hello. Ah, warte, wir gucken uns erst die Punkte an. Lass mich durch. Okay. Okay. Hey, how goes it? Looking to chat for a bit? So, Lutra tried to eat the Kelp Forest. Interesting development, eh? How'd things turn out? Pretty well. We managed to keep most of the Kelp Forest safe. There was still some damage, though. Hey, not too shabby then, all told. But the Kelp Forest probably would have been hit way harder. If it wasn't for Alethea's paralyzer device, eh? Are you glad she used it in the end? Wait a second, how do you know about that? Ah, well, like I said, buddy. I'm here to observe. That's what I do. You're spying on me, in other words. I wouldn't call it spying. It's more like just keeping an eye on things. Haven't got much better to do anyway, thanks to this whole arrangement. True, alright, I forgive you. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. So anyway, where were we? Right. What if you hadn't told Alethea to use the paralyzer? Do you still feel like that was the best thing to do? I do. The Kelp Forest is home to so many creatures. We had to keep it safe for their sake. Yeah, I totally get that. Here's the thought though. Is it maybe better to just let a creature like Lutra succeed to whatever extent it can? In a way, you and Alethea kind of interfered with the natural order of things, you know? Fair. You might be right. It's something to think about, right? But don't take my words for gospel, buddy. All I mean to say is, there's always at least a few ways of looking at a situation. You already know that, I'm sure, but keep it in mind anyway. Oh, to ask about the gods. How would you describe Alethea's way of thinking? Bla 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 bla. Okay, das ist mir schon. Ich wollte wissen, ob die mich mag. Seems to me like you and Alethea are practically best friends, buddy. Considering how much she loves working alone in the lab, that's pretty impressive. Anything else? Ich will noch wissen, was Lutra jetzt von mir denkt. I'd say Lutra likes you quite a bit. I'm not sure it even gets what friendship is, but seems like whatever you've got going is the Lutra equivalent. Okay, dann... scheiße, nein. Likes me, the twins. Oh, das war zu schnell. Nochmal. The twins seem to like you just fine, from what I can tell. You could be closer though, there's room for improvement. Ja, ich mag die halt nicht, ne? Mama likes you quite a bit. They've got a lot of friends in the forest, but it seems to me you're one of their favorites. Which god do you think is going to create the new world? Let me think about that. If I were to guess, I'd put my money on Amar or Lutra. Anything else you want to ask about? Bis jetzt war es immer Lutra. Alright, till next time, buddy. Also wir hatten am Anfang Lutra und wir hatten dann Lutra und die Twins und Amar, glaube ich, beim letzten Mal mit Eli und jetzt Amar und Lutra. Das finde ich eigentlich eine coole Kombi, aber ich mag auch Aletheas way of being, also dass sie so wissenschaftlich unterwegs ist und alles untersucht, aber trotzdem nach Consent fragt, zumindest so, wie sie es erzählt. Ich bin sehr gespannt, wie es weitergeht. Ja, Alethea und Amar wollen uns sprechen. Aber das machen wir in der nächsten Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Like, kommentiert, teilt. Das bringt mir sehr viel. Und ja, ich würde mich freuen, wenn ihr wieder einschaltet.